Good morning, class 11th. I welcome you back in the second portion of rules of debit and credit or rules regarding debit and credit. Yesterday we studied about the classification of accounts. We studied about the personal account, what is impersonal account. The personal account is further categorized into three parts: natural, artificial, and representative personal. And the impersonal account is categorized into two parts, that is real account and nominal account. And the real account is further divided into two parts, that is tangible real and intangible real. I hope it's clear. Just take a brief quick revision in this part. Personal account, which refer for name of a person. Okay, so means natural person refer for a natural person which is created by God, Ram, Mohan. Artificial person, which is the man created. It works like a natural person only, but actually it's not a natural person. For example, Reliance Industries Limited, Tata Limited. I give you example yesterday also. So artificial means which is created by man, but it work as a natural person only. But actually it's not a natural person. It is created by man. It works its own name. ये अपने नाम से business में काम करता है. Then third portion is representative personal account. Say when we have to pay salary, हमें सैलरी पे करनी है, बट हमने किसको सैलरी पे नहीं की. द टर्म जब किसी भी नॉमिनल के आगे सफिक्स या प्रीफिक्स लग जाता है तो हम क्या बोलते हैं, दैट्स कंसर्न इज कॉल्ड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पर्सन. आउटस्टैंडिंग सैलरीज, आउटस्टैंडिंग वेजेस, सैलरीज एंड वेजेस आर नॉमिनल अकाउंट, बट उसके आगे सफिक्स या प्रीफिक्स लग जाए तो क्या बन जाता है, इट बिकम्स अ रिप्रेजेंटेटिव पर्सनल अकाउंट बिकॉज यू हैव टू पे सैलरी. बट लेकिन आपने सैलरी किसको पे नहीं की, हु इज द पर्सन who didn't receive salary ticket yet, or who's the person whom you didn't pay the salary. Simply prepaid rent, when you pay the rent in advance, that become a representative personal account. Then further, real account are divided in two parts, tangible real and intangible real. Real account means which refer for assets. I told you real account refer for assets. Only two assets are there which are not real. Apart from two assets, these two assets, what are the two assets? One is bank, another one is debtor, because they are personal account. Bank work on its own name. SBI अपने नाम पे काम करता है. Punjab National Bank, it works on its own name. Debtor, whom you have to receive money, किससे आपने पैसा receive करना है, it's a personal account. So apart from bank and debtor, all the other assets are come under real account. So real account categorized into two parts. The first one is tangible and other one is intangible. So what is tangible, real tangible or real intangible? Tangible means the thing which you can able to see. Building, you can see that. Furniture, you can see that. Machinery, you can see that. Livestock, you can see that. These all are real tangible. But what is real intangible? The thing which I use in business, which increase the profitability of business. But these assets you cannot see that. Computer software, you cannot able to see that, but when you sold this software in the market, you get the money. Similarly, goodwill. Because of goodwill, you earn money. You write some book, you copyright it, and if you want to sold this book in the market, if any publisher want to reprint this book or print this book, he have to pay money to you. I mean, these assets which have doesn't have any identity. कैसी shape, कोई shape नहीं होती, कोई identity नहीं होती, but they can help in earning capacity of the business, but they are called intangible. The examples are patents, copyright, trademark, computer softwares. So these are intangible. Real account. Next one is nominal. Nominal refer for all expenses and incomes which are used in business. All the income and expenses and which help in the earning capacity. Why you incur the expenses? Why you pay salary to your staff? Because they are working for your business. They increase the profitability. So real account are those account refer for all. Nominal account refer for all those expenses and incomes which are used in businesses. You paid rent, you pay salary, you paid wages. They all are nominal account. Similarly, when you receive interest, you receive rent. These all are nominal account. So nominal means it refer for all expenses and incomes which are incurred in business. Is that clear? So how this part is clear? So what is the classification of account? We are studying about the traditional approach. These are traditional approach. I told you yesterday also, in my previous video also, traditional approach means In other language, it's also called the British approach. But actually, it's not a British, but they are called as a British approach. And the modern approach is also called as American approach. Now, just say a quick example. Suppose if I tell you, bank is a, just now give you example, bank is a, tell me, what type of account bank is a? Whether personal account, real account or nominal account. The bank work on its own name. It's a personal account. Please understand this term. The bank is a personal account. If I ask you, what is the wages? So wages is an expense. It's come under nominal account. Perfect. You pay conveyance charges. You pay conveyance to your staff, which is moving from here and there for business purpose. So you pay conveyance charges. The conveyance is again a nominal. Okay. Similarly, electricity bill you pay for the business purpose. So what is electricity? Now tell me. Electricity. Okay. Nominal account. Again. Now if I say you sales. So sales is a revenue. Because when we sold, it's a revenue. Again it's a nominal. Because it's help in revenue generating. Furniture is a, if I ask you furniture, so it's a real account. Because we can see the furniture, it's a real tangible account. We call it real tangible account. Similarly, if I ask you goodwill, the goodwill is a, we simply say, so goodwill is a real intangible account. Because it helps in business activity, but we cannot able to see it. हम goodwill को देख नहीं सकते. इसलिए if name of person is here, Rahul is a personal account. If I say your outstanding salaries is a representative personal account. I hope I'm clear. So these are certain terms which are used in business. Okay, now we are studying about the rules in debit and credit. What are the rules which incur in traditional and modern approaches? Okay, the next part is, so we are doing the first thing. What is the rule regarding personal account? I told you yesterday also, personal account is categorized into 3 parts, but all 3 parts we can use the same rule. The rule follow in personal account refers to the name of a person, whether it's an artificial person or whether it's a natural person. Is it clear? Now, so what is the rules behind personal account as per traditional approach? Now, here the approaches are there, but the concept in all these is same. Now, here the main important purpose is you need to understand the concept. If you understand the concept, the rule becomes very easy. So, we are studying the first rule. Personal account says that debit the receiver and credit the giver. Debit the receiver and credit the giver. This is a rule regarding personal account. So, what is the personal account follows? Debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now, debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now, suppose I say check of rupees 5,000 paid to Rahul. Now, check of rupees 5,000 paid to Rahul. आपने check राहुल को पे किया. Now, check means, you understand that? Now, check can be paid through bank. Check किसके से पे है? We are not paying cash. We pay the check. Now, we pay the check to Rahul. तो who is the receiver? हमने किसको पे किया? Rahul. And ठीक है, paid by, suppose paid by us. भाई हमने किसके थ्रू पे किया? बैंक के थ्रू. तो understand term. This rule says that personal account says that जब भी हम personal account पढ़ेंगे, the rule says that debit the receiver and credit the giver. तो who is the receiver in this case? Rahul. And who is the giver? Bank. Of course, we pay the check. लेकिन वो check कहाँ से cash होगा? बैंक के through. तो who is the giver in this case? Bank. तो understand that the rule follow here: debit the receiver and credit the giver. If you see check of rupees 5,000 paid to Rahul, so which are two accounts? Because every journal entry has a double effect. हर transaction के double effect होते हैं. So in this transaction, one account is Rahul and one is check, and check is paid through bank. So there two accounts are affecting. हमारे account कम हो रहा है. Because we are paying. हमने अपने account का check pay कर दिया राहुल को कि राहुल के पैसे देने थे, हमने राहुल को pay कर दिया. तो who is the receiver? Debit the receiver. So who is the receiver in this case? Rahul. And who is the giver? We say sir, we are the giver. We cannot write our name in our book. हमसे क्या जा रहा है? ठीक है, हमसे check जा रहा है and check is paid by bank. So there are two things I follow here. One is Rahul and one other is bank. So who is the receiver? If we say Rahul is the receiver, and who is the giver? The giver is bank. I hope I'm clear. How you follow? So this rule states that the personal account says that debit the receiver and credit the giver. Now understand term. When you pay check to Rahul, ठीक है, we paid a check to Rahul. हमने राहुल को check दिया. Okay, so means the two accounts which are affecting here is one is Rahul and the other one is bank. Is it clear? One is Rahul and other one is bank. Now we paid to Rahul. So who is the receiver? Rahul is the receiver. And who is the giver? The bank is giver. Bank is the giver because हमारा account bank में है. हमारे behalf में पैसा कौन देगा? Bank देगा. Is that clear? So means we follow here. Rahul is the receiver and bank is the giver. So this is the first thing regarding personal account. Next is real account. This is regarding personal account. I hope you note down this one. Next one is real account. Now what is the rule regarding real account? Here we write real account. Now real account, you know that are of two types: tangible real account and intangible real account. The things which can able to see, the thing which help in business, increase in the business activities or increase the profitability of business. Your real account refer for all the assets, except bank and debtors. Apart from bank and debtors, all assets are real account. So what is the rule we follow here? The rule we follow: debit what comes in. There are two sides of accounts are there, debit and credit. हर ट्रांजेक्शन की दो साइड्स होती हैं, मिनिमम टू साइड्स, डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट. कोई भी ट्रांजेक्शन, द बिजनेस वी स्टडी इन बिजनेस कॉन्सेप्ट, जैसे डबल एंटिटी, ठीक है, डबल कॉन्सेप्ट, डबल एंटिटी कॉन्सेप्ट, बिकॉज इट मीन्स दैट वी से ड्यूल इफेक्ट. नाउ व्हाट मीन्स दैट एवरी ट्रांजेक्शन हैज अ डबल इफेक्ट. तो डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन and credit what goes out. What goes out. This is a transition we follow here. The first is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. This is the rule follow here. हमने rule follow किया. Okay. Suppose if I say goods. Understand that first note down. Real account. The rule follow here. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So the rule follow here is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Now suppose if I say furniture purchase in cash. You purchase the furniture for the business purpose. So write furniture purchase in cash. You purchase furniture. So what is the rule follow here? Understand it. Furniture purchase in cash. What is the rule says? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Okay. So what is coming? What is coming in the business? बिजनेस के पास क्या आ रहा है? When you purchase furniture on cash, तो बिजनेस के पास क्या आ रहा है? Furniture. We write furniture is coming. तो what comes in? Furniture is coming. Okay, हमारे पास क्या आ रहा है? Furniture. And what goes out? जा क्या रहा है? When we purchase furniture on cash, कोई हमें फ्री में फर्नीचर देगा नहीं. तो when we purchase furniture, what is coming to business? Furniture is coming. And what is going out? Cash. If you pay furniture in cash, the cash is going out. Where cash is going out. So means the rule follow here is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So here you find the rule. Now when we purchase furniture, जब हमने furniture purchase किया, तो what is coming in the business? Business के पास क्या आ रहा है? Furniture. And what is going out? The cash is going out. So here the rule follow debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Is clear? Note down the second rule for real. It's debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Then third one is nominal account. Because traditional report divided into two parts, the personal, real and nominal. The rule follow in nominal. I told you nominal means all the expensive income. All the expensive income which are paid and received in form of cash or bank. वो सारे खर्चे और income जो business के लिए होते हैं, but they can be paid or received in form of cash or bank. Is it clear? हमने कोई भी खर्चा पे किया, किसको भी सैलरी पे की, हमने रेंट रिसीव किया, दिस टर्म पेड और रिसीव, हम जब पे करते हैं तो किस फॉर्म में पे करते हैं? आधे इन फॉर्म ऑफ बैंक, आधे इन फॉर्म ऑफ कैश. तो रूल फॉलो हियर इन नॉमिनल अकाउंट इज डेबिट ऑल expenses and losses, debit all expenses and losses, and credit all gains and income. Credit all gains and incomes. The rule follow here is debit all expenses and losses and credit all gains and income. जो भी खर्चे है बिजनेस के, it come on the debit side. जो भी income है बिजनेस की, it come on the credit side. तो rule follow here, debit all expenses and losses and credit all gains and incomes. I hope this clear. Now, understand, nominal means the expenses or incomes which are incurred in business. जो business purpose के लिए खर्च होते हैं. Which can, now suppose you pay salary. Why you pay salary? Because the person, the worker is working for your business. He is bringing the profitability in the business. Okay. Suppose you have to pay octroi or carriage. आपने कुछ का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पे किया. Now why you pay transportation? Because आपके पास goods आने, आपने उसके लिए ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पे किया. And transportation you pay in what form? If you pay in cash, तो cash is going out. If you pay through bank, तो your account means the bank is paying on your behalf. So your account will be decreases. So means all expenses and income which are related to business are come under nominal account. Is that clear? Now, what is the rule follow? Suppose rent paid in cash. You write rent paid in cash. आपने rent pay किया. Now, when you pay rent, rent is expense. So you say debit all expenses and losses. So rent account will be debited. So rent will be debited. Why? Because you are paying the expenses. All expenses are losses, and rent is an expense for you. It's not a loss. It's an expense for the business because you are using that property for the business purpose, and for that property which you are using for the business purpose, you have to pay rent. Okay, so rent is your expense, and you are paying rent in what form? आपसे क्या जा रहा है? Again, we follow the rule of here nominal rule use applicable for rent. And cash is you are paying in terms of cash. The cash is a real account. Credit what goes out. So we have to mix certain things. The cash is going out. The cash will be credited. It means I'm not saying cash is income. That's why income will be credited. I said you paid rent to debit all the expense losses. आपने rent pay किया तो rent is an expense. The rent will be debited. Okay. Now, but you are paying rent in what form? किस वे में pay कर रहे हैं rent हम? We are paying through cash. तो when you are paying through cash, cash is the real account. तो क्या जा रहा है business से? क्या जा रहा है? Now suppose if you ask, you receive rent. Instead of rent paid, you write rent received. You receive rent. Okay? Now, on this term, you receive rent in cash. तो आपके पास क्या आ रहा है? What is coming? Cash. You're getting cash. Debit what comes in? Because for cash we follow the rule of cash real account. हम जो दो ट्रांजेक्शन को आइडेंटिफाई करनी पड़ेगी. Which are two transaction affects here? कौन सी दो ट्रांजेक्शन अफेक्ट कर रही हैं? One is rent and one is cash. But rent is a nominal account and cash is a real account. तो real का रूल क्या होता है? Debit what comes in. Now suppose you are receiving rent. तो आपके पास क्या रहा है? Cash is coming. Cash बढ़ रहा है. But what you are paying? Credit all the gains and income. आपके लिए इनकम क्या है? रेंट. तो रेंट विल बी क्रेडिटेड इन दिस केस. रेंट विल बी क्रेडिटेड. व्हाई? बिकॉज रूल सेज, नॉमिनल रूल सेज डेबिट ऑल एक्सपेंस लॉसेस, क्रेडिट all gains and income. But the important approach here you need to be understand, because rent, both the rules cannot be satisfied here. Once we cannot say debit, nominal debit भी होगा, nominal credit भी होगा एक साथ. It's not possible. Understand them, because when we pay rent, when we pay any nominal account, or when we receive any nominal applicable for all expenses and incomes, and expenses we pay in form of cash or in form of bank. Similarly, income will be received in form of cash, in form of bank. So we follow, we understand them, which are two accounts which affects here. If you pay rent, अगर आपने rent pay किया, तो rent is an expense. All expenses are debited. So we write rent will be debited. And you are paying rent in what form? Cash form. So cash will be credited because cash is going out. Similarly, if you receive rent, अगर आपने rent receive किया, तो what is coming? आपके पास क्या आ रहा है? Cash आ रहा है. Is it clear? So we write cash will be debited. And but when you receive rent, rent is the income. So rent will be credited because all incomes are credited. So these are rules regarding traditional approach. In traditional approach, we study about three rules: personal, real, and nominal. Next we move on to modern approach. Next we move on to modern approach. Now, what is the modern approach in this case? I yesterday told you modern approach. Under modern concept, we have to study about the 5 accounts. Basically, the modern accounts study about the 5 accounts, and in this 5 accounts, the whole accountancy covers. The first one is assets. The first one is assets. Next one is liabilities. Third one is assets, liabilities. Third one is, we say, expenses. Then we write capital and revenue. We write capital over here, capital, expenses and revenues. Okay, so what is that? Fine. Under modern concept, we say under modern approach, it's categorized into 5 parts: assets, liabilities, capital, expense and revenues. Now again, the same thing follow accounting equation. Now if I tell you how they follow the accounting equation, study here. You know that assets is equal to liabilities plus capital, or in capital we minus expenses, add revenues. In capital, all the expenses will be deducted and all revenues will be incurred. So this we get asset is equal to liability plus capital. But here we are not studying about the accounting equation. हम accounting equation नहीं पढ़ रहे हैं. हम rule पढ़ रहे हैं. What is the modern approach? How we follow? The modern approach says that all the accounting transactions हम next topic में पढ़ने वाले journal entries. Now, but journal entries can be followed with the help of modern approach. But as Indians, as an accountant, we always see which is better for us. So we use both traditional approach as well as modern approach, and we take the concept in that, which terms is easier to understand. Both the terms are easier to understand. If you understand the particular terms, basically, the asset is equal to liability plus capital. If you say expenses will be decreased from capital and revenue will be added, we already did it in accounting equation. हमने accounting equation में सारे क्वेश्चन पढ़ाया था. Okay, now what is the rule regarding? First one is we move to assets. Study about the assets. The assets are those things which increase the profitability of business. You purchase land, you purchase building. Here say the most students can say that's a real account. Of course, as a real account in traditional approach, but when we study the modern approach, we study separately. The assets are all those things which increase the profitability of business for longer term. The assets are of basically of 2 types: current assets and non-current assets. Current assets are those assets which can change its ownership within a year, and non-current assets are those assets which we study earlier also. Those assets, non-current assets, are those assets which are remain the business for the longer purpose. Machinery, land, building, these are non-current. Stock, debtors, these are current assets. Now, but the rule follow here is same, both for current and non-current. That's why we say assets. What is the rule for assets? They say American approach or the modern approach is that whenever assets increases, it will be debited. It will be debited. Now understand that. Whenever asset increases, it will be debited. Similarly, whenever assets decreases, it will be credited. This is a rule regarding whenever assets increases, it will be debited, and whenever assets decreases, it will be credited. Now I will give you example. When we study all the approaches, then we mix and then we find out. We will do the journal entries from both the approaches and we mix them as per how we able to understand which is the better for us. So first understand what is the asset part. Asset say that increase in asset, it will be debited, and decrease in asset, it will be credited. I hope I'm clear. This is given by modern approach. The first rule regarding asset is whenever asset increases, it will be debited. Whenever asset decreases, it will be credited. Now for liability, next portion is liability. Liabilities. Okay, what is the rule regarding liabilities? Under liability, they are saying that first, you know what's liability? Liability is the obligations. Now, liability say in this category, in this type of category account, related to those financial obligations of an enterprise are grouped which are related to outsiders. Which are related to outsiders means हमने outsider को कितने पैसे पे करने हैं, हमने बिजनेस में कितना गुड्स उधार में खरीदा है, बिजनेस की क्या फाइनेंशियल ओब्लिगेशन है. सपोज वी टुक लोन फ्रॉम बैंक, हमें बैंक को लोन चुकाना पड़ेगा. Okay, liabilities again are of two types: current liability and non-current liability. Current liability are those liability which we can pay within a year. Non-current liabilities which you can pay after 1 year. Suppose you took a loan from bank and you promised to bank we can pay in 3 years. It's a non-current liability. But creditors, outstanding expenses are considered current liability. So liabilities are in this type of categories account related to those financial obligations of an enterprise are grouped which are related to outsiders. Okay, the financial obligation which you have to pay. Is it clear? If you pay within a year, this becomes current. If you pay after 1 year, it becomes non-current. That means what are the rules follow here in liability? The liability says that liability, whenever liability increases, increase in liability, we write here, increase in liability, whenever liability increases, increase in liability is credited. Whenever liability increases is credited. जब भी business की liability बढ़ती है, it will be credited. And decrease in liability is debited. It's debited. I hope this is clear. Whenever liability increases, it will be credited. Whenever liability decreases, it will be debited. This is a rule regarding modern approach. Clear? What is the liability rules? The liability rule says that increase in liability is credited or decrease in liability is debited. Portion after liabilities is capital. Understand capital. Okay. Now you know that capital is also liability for the business. It's liability for the owner because it's his responsibility because he put the amount which is used for the business purpose in business only. ये ओनर की लायबिलिटी है, जो पैसा उसको मिला है वो बिजनेस का लगा है. ही कैन नॉट यूज फॉर ए पर्सनल टर्म. अगर वो पर्सनल टर्म के लिए यूज करेगा दैट विल कॉल ड्राइंग एंड दैट डिक्रीजेस कैपिटल. तो व्हाट इज कैपिटल? कैपिटल मीन द अमाउंट व्हिच वी स्टार्ट इन बिजनेस. जो पैसा आपने बिजनेस में लगाया जिस लायबिलिटी टुवर्ड्स बिजनेस. तो वी आल्सो कॉल कैपिटल इज द इक्विटी, इज द ओनर्स इक्विटी. वो ओनर की इक्विटी है. बट व्हाई इज नॉट अ एसेट? बिकॉज ही कैन यूटिलाइज इन बिजनेस. Now, what is the rule for capital is a liability also. The rule of capital liability is same. The rules of capital liability same. Increase in capital is credited. Whenever capital increases is credited. Or whenever capital decreases, it will be debited. So follow the rule. Increase in capital is credited. Whenever capital increases, it's credited. Whenever capital decreases, it's debited. Because capital and liability are same thing. Not same thing means if we see in the business portion, now owner is an owner liability. What's owner liability? कि वो capital को business पे लगाए, ठीक है. He cannot use that money, जो business का पैसा है, he cannot use the business money for his personal use. ठीक है. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो रेस्टोरेंट में जाके खाने पैसे उड़ाया, ठीक है. This is personal thing. He can utilize the business money for the business purpose. So capital and liability rules are same. So whenever capital increases, it will be credited. Whenever capital decreases, it will be debited. I hope it's clear. Check the part. Okay, note down first. Whenever capital increases, it will be credited. Whenever capital decreases, it will be debited. Okay. Now you know that capital we consider in this type of category. We call capital account related to those financial obligations of an enterprise which are related to owners. So when we study the capital accounts, we say in this type of category, accounts related to those financial obligations of an enterprise which are related to owners, like capital and drawing. Means capital is the financial obligation for the owner because he need to put that money in the business only, and drawing. Now suppose he withdraw business money, the capital will be decreases. Is it clear? And drawing is an expense also because he is withdrawing the business money. So we will discuss the example later on. So first you understand all the categories, okay, under modern approach. Next part is revenue or expenses. We take first expenses. Here we mentioned expenses. The fourth one is expenses. Now what are the expenses? Rule follow here. The rule of expenses and revenue are same like nominal account. Are same like nominal account. Now because nominal account also refers for all the expense incomes. Here we are talking about the expenses. Whenever expenses increases, it will be debited. The increase in expenses increases, it will be debited. Okay, to be simple say, increase in expenses, it will be debited. Whenever expenses decreases, it will be credited. The rule follow here simple. Increase in expenses will be debited. Means the rule of expenses and asset are same. Here if you see, whenever asset increases, just check your copy. Whenever asset increases, it will be debited. Whenever asset decreases, it will be credited. So same for expenses. Now if you check with the traditional rule, all nominal accounts say that all expenses are debited. Here also same, all expenses, whenever there increase in expenses, it will be debited. To understand separately, whenever expenses increases, it will be debited. Whenever expenses decreases, it will be credited. Okay. Then the fifth portion under this modern approach is revenue. Say fifth approach is revenue. Now what is revenue? If I say revenue in this type of accounts related to selling of goods or rendering services or providing services, the business in which business is dealing. Now if business sold goods, it increases like sales and rent received. Is it clear? So in this type of accounts which is related to selling of goods or rendering services like sale, rent received, interest received. So the rule follow here and the revenue is whenever revenue decrease, right? Whenever revenue increases, increase in revenue, right? Increase in revenue is credited, and decrease in revenue, if you write decrease in revenue is debited. Increase in revenue is credited or decrease in revenue is debited. So this is a rule regarding revenue account. Means whenever revenue increases, whenever they increase the revenue, it will be credited. Like similarly, all incomes are credited. The revenue is the income only. So whenever you get revenue, whenever revenue increases, it will be credited. And whenever revenue decreases, it will be debited. So how clear? Okay, what is the rule regarding traditional approach and modern approach? Is clear? To understand what is the expense and revenue, the basic difference between expense and revenue is expenses are related to those activities which are related to purchase of goods or services and the amount incurred in the process of carrying revenue, like purchase account, salaries account, rent paid, they are considered under expense account. And revenue is which is increase the related to selling of goods or rendering services which increase the profitability of business, like sales account, rent received. So there are different rules followed here. So just take a quick summary how you remember all this in a quick way about. Now if you say in a quick term, this is for the student purpose, understand term what I am saying, to just to understand the particular terms. There is no need for rectification, just need to understand. We write asset whenever assets increases. Plus sign means increases, it will be debited. Whenever asset increases, it will be debited. Whenever liability increases, it will be credited. As per modern approach, whenever asset increases, it will be debited. Whenever liability increases, it will be credited. Whenever capital increases, we write increases, it will be credited. Capital liability rule same. Whenever expenses increases, it will be whenever expense increases, it will be debited. Whenever above one expense whenever revenue increases, it will be credited. So you need to understand this. Whenever asset increases, it will be debited. Whenever liability increases, it will be credited. Whenever capital increases, it will be credited. Whenever expense increases, it will be debited. Whenever revenue increases, it will be credited, and vice versa. Whenever asset decreases, it will be credited. Whenever liability decreases, it will be debited. Similarly, whenever capital decreases, it will be debited. Whenever expenses decreases, it will be credited. Okay, whenever revenue decreases, it will be debited. So we don't have space over here. I hope it's clear. Whenever revenue decreases, it will be debited. Now these are rules regarding how you able to understand quickly. Now if you see the rules regarding assets, if you see the assets, whenever asset increases, it will be debited. Whenever asset decreases, it will be credited. Whenever liability increases, it will be credited. Whenever liability decreases, it will be debited. So vice versa of the same. Whenever capital increases, it will be credited. Whenever capital decreases, it will be debited. I hope it's clear. Can you able to see it? It's debited. Okay. Similarly, whenever expenses increases, it will be debited. Whenever expenses decreases, it will be credited. Whenever revenue increases, it will be credited. Whenever revenue decreases, it will be debited. Now these are rules regarding modern approach. So here we study about the two approaches, traditional and modern, and what is the rules regarding the same. Now I'm not here teaching you journal entry. We can do the journal entry in a different way, using both the accounts, which is the good in a particular manner, so that you can able to understand in a better way. But here is important to teach you what the two approaches are there. What is traditional approach, what is modern approach. When I teach you journal entry, I teach you journal entry with the help of concept, not with the approaches. Because if you understand the concept, it becomes easier for you to understand the journal entries. So we are not doing the journal entry over here. I just teach you what is the rules regarding debit and credit. Because every transaction has two effects, minimum two effects. डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट. आपने कुछ परचेज किया कैश में, तो परचेज आया, कैश गया. आपने गुड्स बेचा, तो यू गेट कैश, ठीक है, गुड्स गया. तो यू अंडरस्टैंड एवरी बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शन हैज डबल इफेक्ट. जितनी भी बिजनेस ट्रांजैक्शन है उनके डबल इफेक्ट्स होते हैं. I need to understand because one in accountancy they said one is debit side, one is credit side. And जब भी डेबिट साइड 5,000 रुपये से बढ़ेगी, if the debit side increase by 5,000 rupees, the similarly credit side also increase by 5,000. If credit side increase by 5,000, similarly the debit side will be increased by 5,000. Understand them? If you pay rent 5,000, आपने rent pay किया, तो आपका cash 5,000 rupees कम हो गया. तो means every transaction have a double effect और वो equal amount post करेगा. Every time में डेबिट और क्रेडिट से में इक्वल अमाउंट पोस्ट करेगा, सो दैट द बैलेंस कुड बी मैच. तभी तो बैलेंस मैच करेगा. आपने कुछ भी, आपने एसेट परचेज किया, आपने लैंड परचेज किया 5 करोड़ का, तो यू मनी परचेज लैंड 5 करोड़ रुपीस का, तो आपका लैंड आपके पास आया, आपकी कैपिटल बढ़ी है, आपकी एसेट बढ़ी, बट सिमिलरली आपका कैश कम हो गया या आपका बैंक कम हो गया. तो एवरी ट्रांजेक्शन हैड अ डबल इफेक्ट. जितनी भी ट्रांजेक्शंस हैं विच आर रिलेटेड टू बिजनेस, जो भी बिजनेस से ट्रांजेक्शन है, वेयर वी यूज द रूल्स ऑफ डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट, वहां पर ये रूल्स ऑफ डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट विल बी यूज. एंड देन इफ द रूल्स एंड डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट, इफ यू नो द रूल्स ऑफ डेबिट एंड क्रेडिट, बोथ ट्रेडिशनल एंड मॉडर्न अप्रोच, इट बिकम ईजियर फॉर अस टू फाइंड आउट द जर्नल एंट्रीज, which is very important, because without journal entries we cannot able to post any account. हम अकाउंट्स को ओनली बना पाएंगे, हम अकाउंट्स को ड्रॉ कर पाएंगे, लेकिन हम कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं क्लियर कर पाएंगे. तो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर एवरी स्टूडेंट, every accounting students, every students which are related to management, which are related to business, to know the journal entries. So I hope it's clear. What is the concept, modern concept, different types of, is clear to everyone? Now we just do a quick revision part. Now understand, these are items of you are given that. These are items which is given over here. Now check. Drawing is what? What is the nature of account drawing is? You know, drawing affects your capital. So drawing is a nature account of drawing is under modern approach is capital. Means drawing decreases your capital. Similarly, purchase. Now what do you purchase? Why you purchase goods is expenses under modern approach. Similarly, sales is a revenue generating activity. Why? When you sold goods, you get the benefit, you get the revenue. Cash account. What is cash account? Asset. Your cash is a asset. Interest received. You receive interest. With, under 5 categories of modern approach, which account is this? Interest is a revenue. When you receive interest. When you pay commission, commission paid is a expense. Advertisement or marketing, you say. You do the advertising part. You do the advertising part. You do the marketing part, which includes sale promotion also. Buy one get one free is a type of marketing only. Buy one get one free. You heard it in many of the approaches. Or itne saath itna free. So this is called marketing approach. Or you choose Ranbir Kapoor or Ranbir Singh in your as a brand ambassador to you. They cannot work free of cost. You have to pay them. So this is an expense for the firm because अगर वो आपके ऐड में काम करेंगे तो दे कैनॉट वर्क फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, दे चार्ज ए वेरी हैवी अमाउंट. दिस इज कॉल्ड एडवर्टीजमेंट. या आपने कोई न्यूज़पेपर में ऐड दिया अपनी कंपनी के बारे में, तो जो ऐड आप न्यूज़पेपर में दोगे दे कैन नॉट पब्लिश इट फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, तो आपके पैसे खर्च होंगे. तो दीज आर एक्सपेंसेस. वी टर्म एज एडवर्टीजमेंट इज एक्सपेंसेस. सिमिलरली कैरेज. व्हाट इज कैरेज? Now suppose carriage have two types, carriage inward or carriage outward. We will study later on in detail. So what is carriage? Carriage means, now suppose you take the raw material. आपने raw material को गुजरात से अपने पास मंगाया, वो फ्री में तो नहीं आएगा ना. In between you have to pay toll taxes. ठीक है, आपको कैरेज पे करना पड़ेगा. माल भाड़ा बोलते हैं इसको हम, किराया. तो दिस कॉल्ड कैरेज. जब हम रॉ मटेरियल मंगाते हैं बाहर से एंड वी हैव पेड सर्टेन एक्सपेंसेस ऑन इट, वी कॉल कैरेज इनवर्ड. इस तरह once we are from this raw material we make the finished good. हमारा जब goods बन के तैयार है हम उसको बाहर बेचते हैं तो we pay certain carriage. वो फ्री में तो जाएगा नहीं, we pay carriage outward. तो they are all are expenses. Machinery is a asset. Similarly loan, we took loan from the bank. Yeah, we took loan from friend. So loan is considered as a liability. So these are terms. I hope it's clear how we categorize the different items in different nature of account under modern approach. This thing is clear? I hope this is the rules regarding debit and credit, both traditional and modern approach is clear. In case you find any problem, please do ask me, please do write to me. And in next topic we'll move for the source of documents, from where we get the where we prepare the journal entries. The next topic is again important, is a small topic, the source of documents. What are the source of documents? जहाँ हम ट्रांजेक्शन को रिकॉर्ड करते हैं और जिनके बेस पे we can prepare journal entries. This is an important part. I hope rules of debit and credit is clear. So please practice. I will send you a worksheet regarding the same. Identify the transactions or what are the different rules regarding personal, real, nominal and under modern approach. So till then guys, please take care, work hard, stay tuned, bye.